What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of photography. Not something I've been able to share on the channel for quite some time, but I took a trip back in January and had been planning on putting this video together to share some of my photos, some of my adventures that I took while I was up north. But I just haven't had time. A lot of stuff's been going on with work. It's been busy. Obviously making content for Raid back then took up a lot of my time. But now that I'm kind of taking a break from all that, kind of have a chance to make the content that I really want to make on the channel and just do some fun stuff. So we're going to kind of just do this video and see how it goes. I used to share some photography stuff here and there, as it is one of my hobbies that I really do enjoy and like to pursue. Unfortunately, didn't get to do a lot of it in 2021, so hopefully this year we'll be able to get some more time to do it, and the weather will be nice. And obviously during the winter it's a little bit tougher because it gets dark pretty early. It's hard to get out and take pictures, especially for wildlife and things like that. But this trip I took right around New Year's. I went up to Pittsburgh to visit my best friend for his 40th birthday. It was just kind of a surprise last minute visit. We got a little bit of time off work around New Year's, so I just said, you know what, I haven't been on vacation in 2 years. I haven't seen my best friends in 2 years, so let me just run up north to where I used to live. And it's about an hour and a half, 2 hour flight, but I'm not really a fan of getting on airplanes, especially right now. And by the time you have to get up early and drive to the airport, you know, I can pretty much be halfway there already. And it's a very relaxing drive up through Tennessee, parts of northern Georgia, a little bit of North Carolina, up through Virginia, and West Virginia. Now, usually I take a route through Tennessee that allows me to stop at a couple of rest areas. There's some nice scenic overlooks along that route as well. But unfortunately, this time the weather was really bad on the trip up. It was raining the day I left. There was like tornado watches and stuff in Georgia, and I was kind of racing to get out of the state before the bad weather hit. And it just rained the whole way up, and I didn't get a chance to stop anywhere in Tennessee where I normally do. And so what happened was I drove up to West Virginia. The first night I stayed in Bluefield, and the weather was again pretty rough. The next day you'll see some pictures from the very start of the trip where you can kind of see the ominous clouds and the weather that I was driving into. But what I always like to do on this trip is take some time to stop at the national parks that are along the way. River Gorge is one of my favorite places to stop, and I actually got some really cool photos this time because it was raining the whole day, really foggy in the mountains, and I got really lucky and the sun decided to come out for like a whole 5 seconds, and we got some really cool photos at the bridge, which is nice. And it's one of the kind of the neat things about photography is it was raining all day and you wouldn't think like, oh man, I'm going to get any photos at all, and you wind up getting some really cool shots just going out and taking pictures with the camera. So that's something I always tell a lot of people who are just getting into photography is like, just go and shoot, take pictures. You know, usually when I go on these trips I take 400, 500 pictures and then maybe keep like 60 or 70 of them. You know, it's just take the shot because you never know what you're going to come up with. And I got some really, in my opinion, I'm usually my worst critic, but I got some pretty good shots, I thought. So on the way back, I decided to stop at Canain Valley, which is one of my old stomping grounds from my childhood. Spent a lot of time up there. My parents had a place in the mountains up there, so we go skiing all the time. And I hadn't been up there in a while. It's just been since I lived in Pittsburgh, I think around, I want to say like 2012 maybe, that I had been up there, maybe even 2013, I don't know. But it had been such a long time, and it was kind of cool to go back through. It was kind of a detour on the way home. It's about a 2-hour detour out of the way, so I had to get a hotel that night and make it a two-day trip home back to Georgia. But went ahead and actually just did it. I've been talking about it the last couple times I went up there over the years. I said I really need to just take a detour, check out Canain Valley, go get some photos, do all the hiking and stuff. And I think next time I go up, I'll actually take an extra day to do it because I really would have liked to spend more time there. I hadn't been there in a long time, like I said, and it just brought back a lot of memories. And it was just so quiet and so peaceful and so amazing to get out like in the middle of nowhere. Just kind of recharge a little bit before the start of the year. And the cool thing about Canain Valley is it's a valley that's actually up around 3,000, 4,000 feet sea level. So it's almost like you're in Canada in some areas. And it's just very, very peaceful and very quiet. There was a little bit of snow. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of snow, but I probably would have got stuck if that was the case because it's up in the mountains. But actually, 2 days after I left, they got a big dump of like 2 feet, so I just missed it. But really cool place. I took a lot of photos while hiking. Went to Blackwater Falls as well, which is a really cool waterfall in a Blackwater River up there. That's National Park. So we got some good photos there. The only problem with that was the time of day that I got there. The sun was not in a great spot, so a lot of the photos are like half lit. So they're a little bit of a struggle there, but got some nice hiking in. It was just kind of a fun little side trip. Like I said, next time I go up, I'll probably take some extra time and maybe take a couple of days so I can further explore, because they've got a lot of national parks up there, tons of awesome hiking to do. Lots of photo opportunities, and of course in the spring or the summer there'd be a lot more wildlife out to try to get some photos of. As it was you know, solace for the most time. There weren't too many animals out running around except for some deer and the birds, of course. But very cool trip overall. I'm going to go ahead and run the photos now here, so if you guys could stay tuned, you can see some of those. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, and if you're ever driving through West Virginia, be sure to stop and check out any of these national parks that you can, because it's just a great experience. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.